Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Tuesday, October 21st. So, with me on the mic, I have some fabulous co hosts, my gorgeous Moon and my Libra Queen. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey. And in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I actually want to continue with what we were talking about yesterday when it comes to the Voices Initiative by the American Cancer Society. And let me just get their link. I learned about that initiative yesterday and I just think it is amazing. So again, if you are a black woman between the ages of 25 and 55, please reach out to this initiative here because your voice is needed and they are looking for 100,000 women excuse me, for cancer eradication basically. They are looking to get rid of this deadly illness. So they need your voices. You'll see where I put in the again, just like yesterday, in the green donate button where it says voices. If you click that, that's going to take you directly to the enrollment page. So again, black women between the ages of 25 and 55, please join the Voices Initiative. Your voice is needed. And just a quick reminder, I won't play the video like I did again yesterday, but what this is in their page, voices.cancer.org, what they say is your voice is the key to changing lives forever. Not just any kind of change, one that can directly improve the health of Black women for generations to come. Voices of Black Women, a groundbreaking initiative led by the American Cancer Society, is calling on Black women from all walks of life to join the movement. This isn't just a study, it's a collective commitment to understand and improving the health of Black women across the nation. And that change starts with you. Let your voice be heard. And again, if you are a Black woman between the ages of 25 and 55 who has never been diagnosed with cancer, and then it says except basal or squamous skin cancer, then please start the process and join them today. So again, you'll see the you can go directly to the enrollment page if you click the green button that says voices. All right. So again, shout out to the American Cancer Society and shout
Yes.
out to the Voices of Black Women Initiative.
And this is going to be needed more than ever since they have cut off funding to research half, not, I won't say all, but most of it um, in the Trump administration. So all this work is going to need extra help from us so that we can not fall behind on research and cures and everything like that going forward. So it's important.
Y'all better listen to her. If you don't listen to me, listen to my gorgeous moon. Well, let's go ahead. We have a lot to get through, so let's go ahead and jump right into the tea, honey.
Hey, tea time. Shout out to Chill.
Shout out to Chili. Well, speaking of the Trump administration, honey, that's what our first story is going to be talking about. Because you remember where some news broke yesterday saying that Trump is considering commuting Diddy's sentence. Now, the White House has actually come out to say that no, we didn't say that. And TMZ is coming back out to say, bitch, yes, you did. So I have this link from TMZ, and you should see where it says TMZ stands by story. Donald Trump considering Diddy communation this week.
I believe it. I'm
I,
sure he is.
I certainly believe TMZ more than I believe that line is White House.
Hmm.
Child, please. Anyway, so it starts off by saying Donald Trump is considering commuting Diddy's sentence as early as this week, according to a high-ranking White House official. According to our source, the president is vacillating. I've never used that word before. With
I've
vacillating,
never even heard it, but yeah.
well, it says he's quote unquote vacillating on a communation. We're told some of the White House staff are urging Trump not to commute the sentence, but our source states the obvious: Trump will do what he wants, and we're told Trump could set Diddy free as early as this week. Diddy is
Mm.
serving a 50-month prison sentence for violating the Mann Act. He served 13 months, and with credit, he could get out in around 2 years. But none of that matters if Trump commutes his sentence. As you know, Trump commuted the sentence of former Congressman George Santos last Friday. His line, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we know almost immediately after Diddy was sentenced earlier this month, his legal team was in touch with a high-ranking White House official who has the ear of the president regarding a commutation or pardon. Just days later, Trump told the media he was aware of the ask. Diddy fell out of Trump's graces when he supported Biden in 2020, but Trump did not slam the door shut on showing Diddy mercy. We're told it's now squarely on the table. And then they TMZ put an update after the White House came out and said that they didn't say that or they're not considering commuting Diddy. And TMZ put a cute little update. The White House Communications Office is saying our story is not true. We stand by our story. Our story is accurate.
Okay. Okay.
So,
But you know what? I mean, we are currently the whole United States is Gotham City. The
mhm,
Joker has taken over and he's releasing all of his criminal, sex offender, scammy friends. That is what we're living through right now.
mhm. And hell, even the one that's not his friends, honey, because predators of a feather, especially the ones with money,
But
they
locked
stick together.
together. Okay.
so, so I mean, we've said on the show that we believe that Trump is going to pardon Diddy or commute his sentence or whatever they talking about doing. But well, yeah, we
He just
we know what's
dragging it
coming,
out. That's all that is. He
and he
just
knows who
dragging
his
it out.
base is. Like he knows that it's going to be a whole group of ignorant ass black straight men that is going to live for him for getting this predator out of jail or prison rather.
Mm-hmm. Jail, prison. I mean, I know they're not the same, but they're the same.
Same difference. Okay, tomato, tomato.
Mm-hmm. I know. You locked up. Them doors clank. Clank,
Okay, the
clank.
food is terrible at both places.
Right. Well, watch. Look, as the famous Rachel Maddow says, watch the space.
Hello. Shout out to Rachel Maddow. Well, I think Diddy is really not enjoying that jail slash prison food because so I guess his legal team is they feel like if a Trump pardon is not going to work, then they're going to try an appeal because that's our next story,
Mm.
and which is another TMZ article. You should see where it says Diddy files notice of appeal in criminal conviction and sentence. So he is honey. I mean, like the legal team doing what they're supposed to be doing. Money well spent, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
Diddy's making good on his promise to appeal his conviction and sentence in his federal criminal case, TMZ has learned. According to new legal docs filed in federal court in New York and obtained by TMZ, the notice was filed Monday and lists Alexandra A.E. Shapiro as his counsel. We're told Diddy's team will likely file their substantive brief for the appeal within 4 to 6 weeks. As you know, the bad boy mogul was sentenced back on October 3rd by Judge Arun Subramanian to serve a little over 4 years in federal prison. He was convicted on two charges of transportation across state lines for the purpose of prostitution, aka the Mann Act. Diddy was acquitted on the more serious counts of racketeering and sex trafficking. He still hasn't been assigned to a prison, remaining at the Brooklyn MDC for now. Though Judge Subramanian did say he thinks the mogul should serve his time as close as possible to the New York City metropolitan area. Diddy's attorneys asked the court to recommend the Bureau of Prisons that Diddy be shipped off to a low security Federal Correctional Institute, FCI Fort Dix, in New Jersey. Which we learned on a previous show that Joe Dudiche said, well, Diddy, honey, if you think it's going to be easy, it ain't. But okay. So I guess legal team doing what they supposed to do, honey. So they was like, look, we putting all the cards on the table, honey. We got an ace and a joker. So let's see which one's
Well,
gonna get this book.
okay. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, did he do what is expected? Nobody wants to go to jail. Nobody wants to be locked up. But
Hmm.
I guess, honey.
Well, speaking of how nobody wants to be locked up, honey, that is certainly true for Prize. You remember Prize from the Fugees?
Ooh, yeah.
And I'm actually surprised that more people aren't really talking about this because this actually broke over the weekend. And I was like, you know what? I don't see too many people talking about it, so let me talk about it on today's show. But he actually just teamed up with Mark Wahlberg. Ugh,
Ugh.
not a
What?
fan. I'm not a fan, but
Not at all.
but he teamed up with Mark Wahlberg to tell his quote unquote truth. And you see, should see where it says here by way of all hip hop, Praz Michelle faces prison, partners with Mark Wahlberg to share his truth. Well,
Mm,
Praz Michelle is turning his legal battle and hip hop legacy into a documentary with actor and producer Mark Wahlberg, aiming to shed light on the Fugees' members' convictions and a looming 22-year sentence tied to foreign influence allegations. The project, currently in development under Wahlberg's Unrealistic Ideas production company, will examine Michelle's rise with the Grammy-winning group and his fall into a high-stakes federal case involving international money, politics, and power. Wahlberg is producing the film alongside Unrealistic Ideas president Archie Gibbs. Everyone is fascinated by all the twists and turns, like it's some kind of thriller, Michelle told Variety. But for me, this is just my life, the real, messy, complicated truth of what I've been living through. Michelle was convicted in April of 2023 on 10 felony counts, including conspiracy, witness tampering, and acting as an unregistered foreign agent for China. The charges stem from his connection to Malaysian financier Joe Low, who is accused of masterminding the multi-billion-dollar embezzlement from Malaysia's 1MDB sovereign wealth fund. And y'all remember we talked about that on the show, on this show not too long ago. Anyway, Low remains a fugitive wanted by law enforcement in several countries. Federal prosecutors say Michelle received millions from Lowe to influence U.S. politics, including allegedly funneling money into Barack Obama's 2012 campaign through straw donors. Authorities also claim Michelle tried to interfere with the Department of Justice probe during Donald Trump's presidency. I'm rooting from Proz and excited to tell his story, Wahlberg said in a statement. Gibbs added to the story, I'm sorry, Gibbs added that the story is a surprising mix of pop culture and geopolitical intrigue that feels like a spy thriller come to life. Michelle's legal troubles began in 2019 when he was first charged in connection with the sprawling international corruption case. The Justice Department alleges he played a key role in helping Lowe avoid extradition and maintain influence in U.S. political circles. Before his legal issues, Michelle was one third of the Fugees, the influential hip hop trio that also included Lauryn Hill and Wyclef Jean. The group's 1996 album, The Score, sold over 22 million copies worldwide and produced hits like Killing Me Softly and Ready or Not. Iconic songs. The group disbanded shortly after their peak. Michelle's sentencing date has not been announced. The documentary, which aims to explore both his musical impact and legal downfall, is his attempt to reclaim control of his narrative. And they said you can read the New York Times report on Michelle's conviction. They have it linked here. So I will say, as much as I don't like no Mark Wahlberg, honey, I am going to be watching this motherfucking documentary. Honey. I can't wait. I am going to be tuned in with. I got to see this, honey. I need to know because even when the story first broke, I even put on Twitter. I'm like, "Oh, y'all doing treason up in here, honey? This is what we doing." Oh,
well, it's like, so how did you get yourself mixed up in that?
money.
I- Look, y'all gotta learn. All money ain't good money. All money
Hmm.
ain't good money. Quit chasing the dollar because next thing you know, you up in the clink clink.
That part. And now you sitting
And
with Mark Wahlberg trying to tell your truth.
but guess what? The rest of y'all, the rest of y'all ain't getting no Mark Wahlberg documentary.
Hello? Because y'all weren't a part of the Fugees.
Okay.
And remember,
Yeah.
Prize even had that one solo hit where he did with Maya, Ghetto Superstar. Shout out to
Oh yeah.
Maya.
That's right. That's right.
Ghetto superstar.
Hey.
Is what you are. Hey.
And so we have a question. Was this linked to Leonardo DiCaprio's case? I'm not sure.
Wait,
Because
when you did the other show, it was who was it? No, I think it was it
I
Akon where he had to give back. Leo gave back the painting or something. It might have been this one.
it might have been. Honey, you see, we talk about so much shit here, honey, when the show ends.
Right.
I'd be like, what the hell? So,
And the
and
Leo
I
part was just a small, I mean, like a teeny little fraction, but it caught my. I was like, Leo? This is Leo out there buying stolen art. Look at him getting
it,
caught.
it might have been the same one because I know that Joe Low, honey, he was spending green money, honey,
Okay.
spending it. But woo, so I don't know about y'all, but again, I will be as much as I can't stand Mark Wahlberg and his mm, ass. I will be watching this documentary, and I have to say, I don't dislike all the Wahlbergs. Donnie is
No, we
cool.
like his brother. We
Yeah,
like his brother.
Donnie cool as hell, but that
Although
Mark,
he married a crazy person, but hey.
well, I mean, I did hear that pussy was good, allegedly. So I mean, I guess I get it. They say she crazy, honey, but that pussy stay wet. So I mean, I guess I get it.
Okay.
You just
I
better go, maybe go look into some vaccinations, honey. After that, allegedly.
okay. That's funny. And I guess.
You know what? I actually wish Chill was here at the moment when it comes to this next story because she is the one that's been saying, "Honey, oh, his time is coming." Talk in regards to that lawyer who was suing Fat Joe, Terrence Blackburn. So, because Chill kept saying, "Honey, this motherfucker ran over a court server or what they call those when you serve the people. Are they court servers or are they called something else?"
Oh, well, they could be all kind of, yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. I forget their official name, but yeah.
Well, Chill kept saying, honey, his time is coming because you don't just do stuff like that and get away with it. And sure enough,
Mm-mm.
she's right. So I have this TMZ article. Lori suing Fat Joe indicted after allegedly running over process server. Oh, that's what they're called, process servers.
Look right there.
You see what happened when y'all don't read?
Okay.
Well, anyway, Tyrone Blackburn, the lawyer suing Fat Joe, has been indicted for allegedly running over a process server with his car, TMZ has learned. Law enforcement sources confirmed to us Blackburn has been officially indicted over the alleged May incident, though we're told the indictment will remain sealed until his arraignment. In case you missed it, Blackburn was arrested in June after cops say he got into his vehicle while a 66-year-old process server was giving him papers connected to the Fat Joe case. Blackburn allegedly put the car in reverse and hit the process server in the leg, causing a somewhat major knee injury that the server claims he needed surgery to fix. Blackburn represents Terrence T.A. Dixon, who sued Fat Joe for millions, alleging he helped Fat Joe write music. And then later on, Dixon and Blackburn filed another lawsuit accusing Joe of engaging in sexual relations with minors in a lawsuit Joe's attorney, Joe Tacopina, said was full of lies intended to damage his reputation and force a settlement through public pressure. Tyrone was booked on assault about 6 weeks after the alleged incident, and is said to have taken place. The incident is said to have taken place. Excuse me. So yeah, now Joe Tacopina, I usually like you. I truly do, especially what you're doing for Wendy. But you like when it comes to him defending problematic people, such as like the ASAP Rockies of the world or the Fat Joes of the world, it's just kind of making me look at you like, I don't know. So I mean, I know you got to make money, and I truly do, and definitely you definitely should be going after Tyrone Blackburn's crazy ass for running over that 66-year-old person allegedly because that shit was crazy. But I don't know. And then I wonder how, like, when it comes to this trial, I wonder if they're going to reach out to Kaya. Because you see how Fat Joe just started talking about Kaya, and now Kaya was spilling his tea about how she did call the police on their asses when they was at the hotel, when they were all at the hotel, because she said that she was afraid for those young girls that was in there, and they all just fucking in the hallways and fucking with the doors open and shit like that. She called the police on
What?
their ass. Yes, honey. So, because Fat Joe started it, he the one who brought Kaya's name up. It was like, yeah, she called fuck Kaya. She called the police on us and this. That. She's like, yeah, you fat motherfucker. I called the police because you were.
You
So,
motherfuckers was out of pocket.
baby, don't get Kaya in that courtroom, honey, because you know that girl gonna take her gavel up in there and act a plum
Okay. I couldn't get
fool.
through the video. She kept hitting that damn gavel. It was pissing me off. Now, get through a paragraph and then hit the gavel, not every sentence, girl.
I'm sorry. To me, I know it's annoying to a lot of people, but to me, it just adds. It's like putting seasoning salt on something. Like it just adds flavor to because she already funny as hell, and I just feel like the sound effects with the gavel. Oh my god.
Well, hell, I mean, give us a couple words, get us through a little section and then hit the gavel. Child, all that noise.
Okay, you hear that, Thug Missus? More talking, less gavel.
Yeah, but then bang that gavel, cause it does. Yeah, but shoot, me and Moderna, I was feeling Moderna. I was like, God damn, banging the shit out that gavel.
I too was distracted by that goddamn gavel.
See,
Where did we submit for compensation?
cause I said, oh, let me click out. I can't even hear the read.
Well, damn, I need to learn how to shut the hell up because I think I just talked myself out of a damn settlement. You see him saying, "Oh, it don't annoy me." Sometimes I just need to learn to be the fuck quiet. Messing up
Yeah.
my bag, honey. Well, speaking of messing up a bag, so do y'all remember David Geffen? And we talked about him and his ex-husband, and they were suing
Oh,
and
yeah, he got taken for a ride because he wanted some of that young peen. Uh-huh.
uh-huh. Well, the ride is over with now, honey, because the ex-husband done dropped his case.
Oh,
Yep. So y'all should see where
okay.
it says, by way of TMZ, David Geffen's estranged husband, David Armstrong, dropped civil lawsuit. Damn, homie. You know what? And I know, listen, I know this is probably a scamming ass straight man, but I was really hoping for him to get that money. Do you know how audacious you have to be to file a civil lawsuit against somebody while you're staying in their apartment that they're paying for
Yeah.
$15,000 a
Look,
month?
look, look, look. I was like, I mean, agreed? You greedy, greedy. Okay, okay, okay.
Listen, I want him to get all that, but I hate to say this out loud, but I want him to get all that damn money. Like, you know what? We need a win.
Really?
We needed a win. Black people needed a win, especially when it comes to a bunch of white money. We needed a win. But
But I think he's still getting the money. I just think he had to, he said, stop doing that. I'll give you the money. Just chill out.
hmm
Because you're living in a house for free that you can't afford.
Hello.
well, David Geffen's estranged husband has withdrawn his salacious civil lawsuit against the media mogul and is choosing another course, which takes much of his enormous money demand off the table. David Armstrong, aka Donovan Michaels, filed his civil lawsuit back in July, alleging the 82-year-old billionaire targeted the 32-year-old whose trauma was weaponized for Geffen's personal gratification and public image. Armstrong claims he gave up his modeling career after allegedly being promised Geffen would take care of him financially for life. The couple did not have a prenup. Armstrong says he's entitled to community property. We're told Geffen, who has been retired for 15 years, has no community income. As for where the case goes now, Armstrong's lawyer, Brian Friedman, tells TMZ he will resolve the financial conflicts in mediation. Fact is, mediation in court is limited to community property and spousal support. So many of the financial claims Armstrong has made are no longer on the table. As for spousal support, since the marriage lasted only 23 months, Armstrong would only be entitled to spousal support for a year. Geffen, who's repped by Disso Queen Laura Wasser, has paid Armstrong $200,000 since their split in February and is paying his $15,000 monthly rent bill. Armstrong's civil lawsuit was dismissed without prejudice, meaning if mediation is not to his liking, he could refile the case. Mm-mm.
Look, these people getting greedy. And it's I feel like it's not a pandemic, but it's a problem. Like what's his name? Britney Spears' ex-husband. He want to play victim so bad. Meanwhile, he was getting $40,000 a month through those kids' life while they were children. If you can make $40,000 per month work for you? So
As a
you,
white man, by the way.
as a white man, I'm sorry, you getting a lot of people's salary per month. I just cannot.
Yeah, and that's why, like, yeah, I've said this before, honey. I don't feel I can if they looking for Cynthia over here when it comes to Federline or even Britney's ass, honey, they're not gonna find it because I really don't like neither one of their asses. But no, I don't feel sorry for just like what you
Right,
said, forty thousand
right.
dollars on a monthly basis, honey. Like, let me do the math real quick. What is that? $480,000 per year just in child support. So this is not including like any other like outside, which his ass probably didn't do any outside ventures or anything like that. No, you are solely getting $480,000 a year. Uh, boy, get off my line. Get off my line. Well, you know what? Somebody else who needs to get off my motherfucking line, honey. Stephen A. Smith, where the A stands for a motherfucking coon. But he's actually talked, and you know what? I did want to say shout out to the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast because I do love me some Mero and I like Carmelo Anthony. But the why are y'all platforming this nigga? Like, are you kidding me? Anyway, so Stephen a fucking Coon Smith went on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast to talk about how LeBron James tried to sabotage his career. He was also talking about some anti-vaccine shit on there. Talking about Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving was right about the vaccine or some bullshit. He said, "You know what, you bitch ass." Anyway, child. Stephen a fucking Coon Smith has accused LeBron James of allegedly trying to sabotage his career by staging their infamous confrontation during a game between the Los Angeles Lakers and the New York Knicks earlier this year. He discussed his side of the incident during an appearance on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Carmelo Anthony on Monday. I don't like his ass, not even a little bit. You do not understand the length this man would go to, Smith said of James. This dates back more than a decade. I believe he's one way publicly and another way privately. He might not be interviewed and he might not be quoted, but the things he says and the things he has said to people, it's gotten back to me, the things he's tried to do. If it were up to him, I wouldn't be where I am today. I mean, can you blame him? Anyway, he further recalled, it's some low, low shit. The day that he rolled up on me courtside, it was the day my contract was announced that I had stayed at ESPN. Go back and look at the camera angles. I arrived there in the first quarter. He rolled up on me in the third quarter. This is 2025. We got technology everywhere. TNT is a nationally televised game. How is it we got one angle and the only angle you see was of him and his face? Smith concluded by saying that he felt set up by the incident. Stephen a fucking Coon Smith has been highly critical of LeBron James for many years, but their feud reached new heights in the wake of the Lakers drafting James's son, Bronny, in 2024. LeBron accosted him at the aforementioned game earlier this year to complain about Smith criticizing the 21-year-old. Last week, Smith appeared on the Pivot podcast and accused James of treating him differently from other reporters because he's black. You ever see LeBron go at a white boy? Smith asked on the show as caught by Sports Illustrated. Let's call it what it is. You ever see him do that? Y'all saw him come at me. Closest you ever came to see him doing something like that was when he called out Brian Windhorst. What you calling out Brian Windhorst for? The man covered you since junior high school and has praised you repeatedly, and you used the Pat McAfee situation to go at him. And that's the only time you ever seen LeBron really go at somebody white. I'm going to call it what it is. And what is it, Stephen the fucking Coon Smith? What do you think it is? Explain it to me like I'm 5. Cause girl. Child, please. If somebody buy him a plane ticket to Turkey, please. Anyway.
No, no, no,
Oh, we
no.
just gonna keep it like that.
Yes, yes. We need to know a fuck nigga when we see him, okay? Okay.
Touche. You are absolutely right. Well, since we're talking about LeBron, Do y'all remember when we talked about how a fan sued him over that liquor announcement and said that he felt duped and sued LeBron for fraud and all that? Well, he has also decided to drop his case. And let me get that link here. So y'all see where I have this TMZ link. You see where it says Laker fan drops lawsuit against LeBron James over the second decision. So, the Lakers fan who claims he lost a ton of cash after being duped by LeBron James, the second decision, has just filed to dismiss his lawsuit against the NBA superstar, TMZ Sports has learned. Documents we obtained show Andrew Garcia hit an LA County court on Monday to dismiss his small claims case against the King, just 12 days after the lifelong Laker lover first alleged the Hooper owed him $865.66. Garcia said when James appeared to imply retirement was coming, when he told his millions of followers on October 7th he had a big announcement to make, he booked it to a Ticketmaster to score some seats to what would be LeBron James's last ever matchup with his former team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Garcia said the two tickets for March 31st, 2026 game cost him $432.83 a piece. But when James' big proclamation ended up being nothing more than a booze ad, he claimed they lost almost all of their value. Garcia wrote in his suit James owed him because of fraud, deception, misrepresentation, and any and all basis of legal recovery. But this week, he told us an unexpected message from Prize Picks got him to change his tune. He said a rep from the Daily Fantasy Sports app told. I'm sorry. He said a rep from the Daily Fantasy Sports app told him they heard his story and wanted to make him an offer that included free Lakers tickets and some merch for his troubles. He said once he accepted that, he decided he didn't need anything further from James. For LeBron's part, neither he nor his camp ever publicly commented on the legal matter. Well, I guess shout out to Prize Picks. LeBron, you need to send him some edible arrangements or something. They went ahead. He was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and get him some tickets and some merch, so he could be cool. And that's that on that. I just thought this story was hilarious. The day that I saw this announcement, because I don't follow sports at all, but I do follow a lot of sports fans. And it seemed like all of you had the same sentiment, baby. Y'all were truly disappointed at this announcement about him and his liquor. And I was like, oh wow, this is something. But that's that on that. Let's see what I got for y'all next, honey. Oh, this next story. So, Michael Ward, y'all remember we talked about him not too long ago, that guy from that show Top Boy. I think the only person who said they watched it in the room at the time was my Libra Queen. But we talked about how he was accused of some really disturbing rape allegations. Well, y'all should see by way of all hip hop, I just shared this link that says Top Boy Michael Ward demands dismissal of rape allegations.
I just wanted on record. I've never seen Top Boy. I know what it is, but I don't watch it.
Oh, okay, I stand corrected. The only person in the room who knew what the show was my Libra Queen, but she does not watch. Well, Michael Ward appeared in a London courtroom on Friday where his legal team announced plans to seek dismissal of multiple sexual assault charges stemming from an alleged 2023 incident. The 27-year-old actor, known for his role as Jamie in the Netflix drama Top Boy, faces 5 charges, including 2 counts of rape, 2 counts of assault by penetration, and 1 count of sexual assault. The allegations involve one woman and date back to January of 2023. Ward's attorney made the unexpected request during what was originally scheduled as a plea and trial preparation hearing at Snaresbrook Crown Court. The court agreed to set a dismissal hearing for December 5th. The BAFTA-winning performer was first charged in July and granted bail after appearing at Thames Magistrate Court on August 28th. He was released under the condition that he not contact the alleged victim. Following the announcement of the charges, Ward issued a public statement maintaining his innocence. I deny the charges against me entirely. I have cooperated fully with the police throughout their investigation and will continue to cooperate, he said. I recognize that proceedings are now ongoing, and I have full faith that they will lead to my name being cleared. Given those proceedings, I am unable to comment further. Ward confirmed his identity during the brief August hearing, stating his full name, date of birth, and address. The next hearing in the case is scheduled for December 5th at Snaresbrook Crown Court. So, okay. So, and you see that his even if his ass did do that rape, and I'm on the side where I tend to believe the victims way more than I believe lying ass straight men. But you see how his statement when he came when the news first broke about this rape, and he came out and said pretty much, I deny the charges against me entirely. I've cooperated fully with the police. That's the kind of like response I was looking from David, but we never got it. He's actually been mums. He said absolutely nothing about a dismembered 13-year-old being in his car. So I'm just saying. Anyway, the two are two completely different situations. I'm just saying, like when it comes to response to like the fact that David has said absolutely nothing is disturbing. But that's that on that, honey. And I'm definitely going to follow this story to see what happens. They said the next his hearing trial, it will the next for his dismissal will be on December 5th. So we will stay tuned and see what happens. Well, this next story, y'all. Baby, they said Tupac Shakur was community dick, honey, to the point where Janet was scared to do poetic justice with him. Especially, there was a kissing scene. Janet was she was afraid, honey. So I have this link here from TMZ, and you all should see where it says Janet Jackson wanted Tupac to take an AIDS test on Poetic Justice set. A new book claims. So Tupac Shakur had a promiscuous reputation in the early 1990s, and a much anticipated new book claims it drove Janet Jackson to ask the studio to have him tested for AIDS before a kissing scene. Jeff Pearlman, a noted biographer, has written a new book titled Only God Can Judge Me: The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur, and in it he touches on Tupac's time filming the 1993 flick Poetic Justice with Janet. According to Perlman, the two didn't get along much, with Janet a consummate professional on set, while Tupac had a tendency to come and go as he pleased. Days before a kissing scene between Pac and Janet, Perlman writes, Tupac apparently kept talking about overwhelming Jackson with his lips and mouth. And ultimately, Steve Nicolaides, a producer on the movie, was called to the trailer. Nicolaides tells Perlman Janet, sitting with her then fiance, Renee Elizondo Jr., in a way, sitting with her then fuck nigga of a fiance, expressed concern about Tupac's playboy persona. And he said she told him she didn't want to swap saliva with him until I'm really sure that he's healthy and clean. Steve dutifully went to Pac with a request, who apparently responded with a not safe for work tirade aimed at Janet before flat out refusing to take the test. Nicolade says he doesn't blame Janet for asking about the test. AIDS was still running rampant in the early 1990s, and he admits Pac had had garnered a rep, so it wasn't the most unreasonable request. The movie still did pretty well despite the tension, making $27 million at the box office against a budget about half its size. And it's still a fan favorite to this day. That's for damn sure. And
Mm-hmm.
Only God Can Judge Me: The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur. And we're sure this Janet Jackson story is just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, I mean, I feel like that wasn't we. I knew this back in the day. That was a whole big to do.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm dating myself. Yes, I was around with the original release.
Listen, I just really need people to stop with the fuckery of trying to make themselves relevant by writing books about people who've been dead and gone for a
For
long time.
years. Years.
Um, it's not again, it's not common knowledge that Tupac was, the man for a while. So it's not wild to assume that he got around because he wrote a
He
song
made a
about it.
song saying, I got around,
Hello.
I get around.
Um, so yeah, I want for everybody's sake these people who are writing these books, tell-alls and whatnot, to just stop. Just let it go.
You,
Especially when it comes to black people. You want to do that shit for, Caucasian folk, go ahead, be my guest. We not gonna read it. Um, but for our black icons, I'm gonna need y'all to let that shit go. Thanks.
yeah,
Management.
yeah. And I concur with you because you late to the party. This is information we like. Why are you trying to exploit Tupac and Janet? Like, goodbye.
I guess he figured if Jada Pinkett can do it, then shit, let me try to go get a little bit of
We
Suka.
trying to. We want her to be quiet too. We want her to be
Hello,
quiet too.
we really do.
Hmm.
No shade. They say because people are poor and trying to be journalists. Oop, you better wake that up.
Oh,
And
well,
then, and there's a comment saying, that sedated ass attitude to do a sex scene without sex is wild. And I agree, but that's why when I read her husband's name, I said it had everything to do with his fucking ass. Excuse me, ex-husband. Because when I tell you he was like he had a whole like over Janet that was disgusting. So I am what I can't I would bet money that I don't even have that that ex-husband was a part of that bullshit. He was
you
like the
talking about
leading
Renee?
part. Yes,
Was it
girl.
Renee? Yeah. Hmm.
Fuck Renee.
Her documentary showed it.
He was an abusive jackass.
Well, you know what? I kind of blame Janet because she liked to be with them light skins.
Oh, 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 oh.
She be well. She look. She got a type. The only thing that threw a wrench in that was JD, and well, and we know how that went.
Shit. And quiet as it's kept, honey, the entire Jackson family. I mean, look
Well,
at who.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, but also
yeah.
too the trauma of somebody's their parentage. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
I mean, DeBarge, Renee, the dude she married and had her kid from. I mean, come on, that's a pattern.
Okay, but remember though, when we talk about like when we slander light skinned people, we're not talking about the DeBarges. They cool. Let me stop.
I mean, we do love the DeBarges, but they were toxic and problematic back in the day too.
Woo, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I wonder they still is that movie still coming out? Where who is I think like one of the nephews is gonna be playing L or something like that? Or did it come out already? I think it might have came out already. It's a TV1 movie. I need to look.
Oh, now that I don't know.
Let's say JD was at the bottom of the barrel. Yuck. And she got played by a gremlin. Embarrassing. That's what happens to all of it. Honey, raise your hand if you ever been played by an ugly nigga.
Please, please,
I
Auntie,
refuse.
please,
I refuse.
please, Auntie, please,
I refuse.
get off the ground.
It happens to the best of us, honey.
Get
Look, that
off the ground.
and you
You
know who?
know
And
what?
I'm gonna blame Disney. I'm going to blame Disney movie because they done sold us with that Beauty and the Beast story, and they done
Sold
told us
who? Sold who? Sold who? I
they
would like to
told
know
us
who that's sold who because
they
I'm not
promised
in
me
there.
happily ever after. They said that ugly ass Beast was gonna turn into a fine ass man with money. That's what Disney told me.
Okay, so I just need you to understand, Auntie, as my sister sign, the Libra side of me, you know what I'm saying? We said you must be fine. You must
You
be
know
here.
what?
So we are very listen. We are very aesthetically needing to be pleased people. So I cannot walk with you on that. Get off the ground.
Look, look. Let me just say this. I was actually rooting for the little gremlin. And then
Me
when I
too.
found out that you went to the club and them heifers was throwing themselves and you decided that that's what you was going to, you got the whole ass Janet Jackson. You are on the, like, the creme de la creme. Like, are you fucking for real right now? And this
Like,
woman was into you.
again,
But,
this is why you don't give the
ugh,
ugly chance. Yeah, I
I
got
know.
Hey,
Go
girl.
ahead, B. Hi,
Hey,
B.
Exactly,
Priyanka.
Quinn. We're not giving no ugly niggas nothing, okay? Now, I will say this. They might be fine in the face and may have a little dick, but they ain't ugly, okay? That's all I got to say. They ain't ugly.
Again, get off
Period.
the ground.
I'm just saying. Because what we not going to do is give an ugly nigga nothing. Do you hear me? Not your
Well,
Hello.
I'm
heart,
gonna
not your
say
But get
time,
off
you,
the ground.
not none of that. Because I'm going to
and
tell
not
you,
no
they will
time to
play
play
in
me.
your face and you going to be mad. So at
Yep.
least, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to do
I'm
What?
screaming.
Did we all lose Bianca?
Yeah.
I, yep. And she
Okay.
was going in
what
too, honey. I
happened,
was
So
y'all
hi.
lost me?
yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
your
Uh,
My
voice
bad.
went out.
Well, all I was saying is, at least you could walk away saying, well, at least that nigga was fine.
I know the excuse of like, well, I got played, but
You at least he was fine. You know what I'm saying? But you can't say that
Mhm.
with no ugly nigga. We can be like, damn, I got played by an ugly nigga. That no, no. And being Janet Jackson, she deserved that because she should have known better.
True. But you know
I'm
what?
sorry.
I do condone trying something different. Like, she had been with these light skinned pretty dudes for so many years. And I thought,
So
and she
you
probably thought,
rebel with a
so
short,
you
ugly nigga? Like you could go
but
to
she
the
probably
complete
thought I
I'm
could
opposite?
not
get,
walking. Listen, I am not
Mm-mm.
walking with you on that one right there. Ma'am.
Mm-mm. No
look,
way.
What?
I'm just
Ain't no
saying.
way.
She said, let me do something completely different so
And we
maybe
go
I
Mm-mm.
don't get the
ugly?
same results.
And we go ugly? That's a hard pass. That's a
I
hell
mean,
no.
that's the only logical thing I could think of that made her
That's
do
not
that.
even logical. That doesn't
Right.
even make sense.
I don't know.
It would
Well,
make more
I
sense to
mean,
say make more sense to say, well, I spent a lot of time with him making music or whatever, and I kind of just fell into it.
well, maybe
Versus
that too. Maybe that
opposite,
too.
like I just wanted to try something else. No, that's not how that works.
Maybe. I was
Listen,
trying to think of something for
you can have
Janet
the most
because
beautiful personality. If you're not cute enough to fuck, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I just can't. No way. No way.
and I'm
And
with
not
you.
only that, but JD, I mean, obviously, like, okay, you with technically at the time, right? Like one of the baddest human beings, icon, music icon ever, right? But because you don't get ass, that's why and all this ass is being thrown at you and you're weak. So now you're ugly and weak. Come on. We can't. We
It was
can't. We can't
crazy.
let that go. And he should have been canceled for that. He really should have gotten way more
And you
uh
know what he's getting canceled for? Because he keeps trying to defend himself in this years after and then after the documentary. I'm like, JD, just sit down and be quiet, please.
yeah,
We
trying
don't
to
need this shit.
justify why he cheated. That's weird.
It is very weird, especially
And
from a gremlin.
yeah, exact. Thank you. Thank you, Moon. I feel vindicated because yuck.
Well, if you happen to be a short, ugly gremlin nigga who's listening, I tried to fight for you, but I got outvoted, so I do
Mm-mm.
apologize.
Y'all got to fight back
Yes.
in the air. Fight the air.
Okay. Fight
Fight
in the
the air.
closet. Fight
Yeah,
somewhere
fight the
else.
air.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cause
fight the
no,
air.
get off the
You're not gonna
ground.
win this one, right?
No,
Yeah.
no uglies. No uglies.
Period. Period.
Look,
All our
well,
lives we
Listen,
had to fight.
okay, everybody's beautiful in God's eyes, but I'm not God, okay?
Hello.
oh yes,
Hello.
exactly.
Mm-mm.
God forgives. I don't.
Listen,
All of
and I'm
God's children
probably
is beautiful except for the
right.
ones I don't like. Okay,
Listen,
that's that.
every time that I've had, you know what I'm saying, I got busy, I had to think about if a failure happened and I have to procreate with you by the fate of all faiths, baby, I come from a fine family. Everybody in my family fine. You know what I'm saying? We
Period.
cute as the bat. We got good genes over here. I can't risk it. You
Right.
feel
For
me?
real? Yeah. Because let
I
me tell you
cannot
something.
risk.
Your fine family gonna talk about your ugly baby.
Oh,
Listen, hello,
Listen,
hello. They're gonna be like, damn, what happened?
right.
Hello.
That's exactly what they gonna have. And then you're gonna be like, well, I thought my
And it
genes
won't
were
it
gonna
won't be
shine
over
through.
here.
Yeah,
No.
honey, no.
That's
Mm-mm.
a risk I'm not willing to take. I'm vain.
Amen,
I
Quinn.
sure
Amen.
am. Yes, ma'am.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Listen, call it what you want. You can call me what you want. Y'all can talk bad about me after this if you want to, but I can't do it.
They can show up
They gonna
talk
be
bad
they gonna
about
be in
me,
the
but if you look
YouTube
at my
com-
resume, baby, I don't play no motherfucking games.
they gonna be in
Okay.
the
Listen,
YouTube comments talking about us.
Well, I hear everything y'all saying, but thank goodness I can't have babies because I'm not leaving my man Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. It's just not gonna happen. And I
yucko.
know he's
That's
ugly.
okay. Love is real. And that's why Janet, I guess, gets a pass. Love is real, and you can't help, if you fall in love with the ugly, well, it just is what it is. That doesn't make your soul better, though. I can tell you that right
You
now.
know what? You know what? I have friends who like ugly dudes, and I be like, you could do so much better. Like
We
you
don't
too
want
cute
Bella.
for
We want
this.
that ugly nigga.
Okay.
And you
Oh,
know
Well,
what? More
shit.
power to y'all. We love y'all for y'all sacrifice. Amen.
Right.
Hallelujah.
In
it
Jesus'
really.
name.
Fight over them uglies. Amen. Save a fine nigga or two for me.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Right.
I be like,
Mm.
y'all don't give these
Okay, let
no
me
time.
stop. Like, I'm not
I
having no
know.
kids, so the possibility of having an ugly baby ain't happening. So I'm okay.
I know
God's still
that's
gonna
right.
bless me.
Okay.
We
Okay.
you still
We
need
go.
something fine to look at. Period. Hello.
We
Period.
need. We done took Auntie hostage. Okay, we gonna
I'm
release
sorry,
you.
Auntie.
Oh
Okay,
no,
no
I
more. No more
love it.
ugly talk. My bad.
No more ugly talk. But I'm glad y'all were able to make me laugh though, like for real, because this next story is not as funny.
Oh
And
no.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go off mute because I'm gonna be inappropriate. Amen.
Oh yeah, it's bad. Like I'm sure y'all have probably heard by now what happened with Doug Martin. The I know who y'all know who he is because y'all follow sports. I don't.
Who is
I,
y'all? But I
oh
do. I heard about the story. But yeah, who is y'all that following sports?
Oh,
Yeah. Oh
I don't know. I saw it,
no.
but I don't know what happened. And he's currently in the NFL.
no, well, no, he
He's
wasn't. He's an ex NFL player, but he
Hmm.
was killed by the police allegedly.
Oh. Mm.
And now they're trying to use his family's statements about his mental health against him, and I don't like it. I see exactly what they're doing, and TMZ, you should be ashamed of yourself. But you see, I just shared this TMZ article. Doug Martin had mental health episode prior to death, his family says. So, Doug Martin's family is shedding more light on the ex NFL star's death, revealing the 36-year-old privately struggled with mental health issues over the years, and they were actively trying to get him help prior to his passing. Martin's former agency, Athletes First, shared a statement saying Martin had contacted local authorities earlier in
we
the night
lost
for
you.
medical assistance. The family said Doug became overwhelmed and disoriented, which led him to leave the home and enter a neighbor's residence 2 doors down from the street, where he was then taken into custody. Oakland police said responding officers had a brief struggle with Martin during his detainment and he became unresponsive. He was then rushed to the hospital by paramedics where he later died. The family said Martin's mental health issues away from the public eye profoundly impacted his personal and professional life. Ultimately, mental illness proved to be the one component from which Doug could not run. Martin's cause of death has not been determined, and the investigation into what transpired is still ongoing, with multiple agencies involved. What's it called? The who investigate the police? IAB. I watch enough Law and Order to know this, but that's who needs to investigate the shit. Like, are you kidding me?
Mm.
Let's take the information
You
that we
know,
have. He got tamed by Oakland police. He became unresponsive while in their custody, and he died. He was taken to the hospital by paramedics, and now he's dead. 1 plus 1 is 2, y'all. Yeah.
I don't like this. And we back in Trump's America, and everything is back to being tricky again. More trickier
Mhm.
than it was before. I don't like it.
And TMZ, like I gave y'all like a little bit of accolades earlier because when it comes to Harvey Levin, the thing about him is like he only lets his white supremacy slip out like every now and then. But for the most part, he's a lawyer first. But when you see stories like this and how like it's framed, I just do not like the language in this article, and they should be ashamed of because they pretty much trying to make it seem like, oh well, he had a mental health episode, so that's why the police killed him. And I don't
and
like that
and
shit.
that's not okay. That is not
Mhm.
okay because they keep killing people with mental health episodes, and like that's not a justified killing. Like, what are we saying here? It's okay to kill people with mental health issues? Like, no, be fucking for real.
Yep. And they're trying, and TMZ is pretty much spreading their message, honey, because they are trying to normalize it and make it okay.
Mm, I suppose.
Hmm. Well, and unfortunately though, when it comes to because now when you think this is really one of the most reliable places we have for news, especially when it comes to celebrity news, Vibe actually used to be my go-to, but the shit I've noticed that ever since they announced that they've been taken over by Rolling Stone, I haven't really been seeing any updates on my Google News feed. So I'm like, oh shit, what I know what this means. So black media is literally like, child, don't even get me started.
I sent it to you last night, and
But
it
what I
made me
can get
think.
started on is this anti-black bitch. Oh, go ahead, boo.
Oh, you. Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying about black media. I was saying, I sent you that video last night, and Vanna's right, and it made me think of, this is going to be one of the places here at Daytime Tea with Auntie Derek, one of the safe places for black media,
You
because we are going to need it, because venting on Twitter or whatever probably will be detrimental going, getting close here. And so I don't know. So tune in to Daytime Tea with Auntie Derek, and we can talk about all the things that we need to.
you damn right, honey, because this is not a paid agent over here, baby. You're going to get the unfiltered truth. They can't pay me,
Yes.
bitch. I'm too real.
Okay.
Well, speaking of somebody who's not real and who needs to fucking go away, but he's in the news, so we got to talk about his ugly ass, honey. Takashi 6ix9ine. Ooh, child. Well, he out here talking about Sukiyana is an escort. And he mentioned some other names as well. What I don't like, and we were actually just before we started recording, we were actually talking about that old coon ass fresh and fit, them stupid motherfuckers on the podcast. And they got this damn Mexican man on the podcast calling them nigga to their face, and they're not saying shit. But that's another conversation. But we already know they're the weakest link. So, but you all should see, by way of hot new hip hop, 6ix9ine alleges Sukiyana is one of the biggest escorts in rap.
Okay,
And
and
to exactly, I'm like, are you mad because don't nobody want to that shit to do with the pussy that you got?
he is a snitch. You just running your mouth.
Like, don't nobody want that.
Nah,
Mm,
and he just
mm,
steady be running his mouth. Mm-mm.
steadily, honey. Well, it seems that the mini beef between 6ix9ine and Sukiyana isn't over just yet. The controversial Bushwick rapper recently alleged that FemC and TV star is an escort on the Fresh and Fit podcast. But not only did he name her among Ruby Rose, Mellow Rex, and even Saweetie, he claims Sukiyana is near the top of that list. In a clip from the show caught by It's King Slime, 6ix9ine went on to say, Sukiyana sell mad pussy, but she literally sell it to the niggas in Broward County that are in front of the liquor stores, he alleges. I'm dead ass, and she be lying. I know plenty of delivery boys that fuck that. As we alluded to a second ago, we think this is some form of clapback on the part of the Gummo artist. Last month, him and Sukiyana got into a riff on social media over the former defamatory comments about Young Thug. The Delaware native stood up for the YSL boss, writing on Instagram, 6ix9ine, stop talking about Thug and talk about homegirl that just died. The girl she's referring to is Ariella Longosta, a dear friend of his that worked at a nightclub and even made it to his music video for Wape, whatever that name of that song. Anyway, her death affected him deeply, and 6ix9ine didn't take kindly to Suki's words. The girl was one of my best friends who I met while being a girl in my music videos. She was killed because her boyfriend owed money. What does that have to do with your man telling Sukiyana, I know your pH balance off, stink trash? He clapped back. With this seemingly all being tied together, we might as well talk about 6ix9ine's latest effort to diss Young Thug. He dropped an official music video. Oh, girl, I'm not reading the rest of this shit. Goodbye. I don't give a fuck about his music or what that motherfucker is doing.
No,
Well,
and also Young Thug, like, who cares? But also, He is trash.
I mean,
He's
and
trash.
Sukiana is a nice person. If you ask her for some tips on how to sell that shitty pussy, honey, she might tell you. But
And
first
if
of
she's the
all,
biggest
dush.
escort, then she is doing her job. What the hell? Why are you worried about that girl pussy? Why? Why?
Because
Go
he
mind your
won't it.
business.
He wish he had it, honey. He want to fuck the delivery boys and all that. Allegedly,
Okay?
allegedly.
And here I go behind you. I don't think it's a legend. But anyway. Oh, fuck ass. Ugh, get on my nerves. Stay
Exactly,
out of
honey.
grown folks' business with your little snitching ass.
Yes, Lord. Somebody need it. Maybe them same niggas who caught that ass at the gym that time, honey. Like, where they at? Are they doing? I hope those
Exactly.
kings are having a great day.
Okay? Shit.
Well, honey, speaking of somebody who may not be having a great day, honey, Lori Laughlin.
Uh-oh.
Cause honey, she probably gonna be like, I married this man. I've been married to this man for all these years, and you're telling me I may not get anything?
Mm.
Wait.
Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
fucked up.
Yep. So y'all see, I just shared this TMZ article. Lori Laughlin prenup could mean she gets nothing in divorce from Massimo.
Oh, damn.
Hmm. Well, Lori Laughlin has separated from estranged husband Massimo Giannulli, but if she thinks she's going to get a chunk of the fashion designer's fortune in the split, she might have to think again. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ a prenuptial agreement Lori signed when she was married to Massimo in 1997 provides their assets are separate property. We're told it's
Mm.
something Massimo insisted on before they married. What's more, Massimo was worth north of $100 million dollars at the time. It's unclear if the prenup changed, but if it didn't, it looks like she's screwed. This could
Mm.
explain why Lori doesn't consider herself quote unquote single yet, despite living separately for months. Sources with direct knowledge previously told us she's waiting to see how the separation shakes out. In the meantime, our sources say Lori has a terrific relationship with her daughters and has been spending quality time with them. The
I
Full House
bet.
actress, she better have, right? The Full House actress is devastated by the separation because she thought Massimo would make changes after they were released from prison, but he didn't, and she's disappointed in him, according to our sources. As you know,
Look.
the pair were sentenced to several months in prison over the 2019 Varsity Blues college admission scandal. The feds accused Lori and Massimo of paying $500,000 to college admissions fixer Rick Singer to get Olivia Jade into USC on a crew scholarship. Both Lori and Massimo struck plea deals, confessing to conspiracy to commit wire and mail fraud. She got 2 months in prison and he got 5 months. We've reached out to Massimo, who had no comment.
Hmm. Interesting.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you did say something a while ago that, well, not a while ago, when the story dropped. She maybe thought he was gonna change those ways, and he said, "No, it's really my truth, and so I'm gonna move on without you."
Okay. So we have a comment in the chat. Have you seen the interview with John Stamos talking about him? No, I have not, girl. What was he saying?
What? That's
What was
another man
John
that can't
Stamos,
keep
the
his
king
mouth.
of
He talk too much.
Well, hun, I mean, I like to think of him as the king of Greek yogurt. What did the king of Greek yogurt say, honey? Because he had me eating Orcos, honey. I don't even like Greek yogurt.
I can't even do that, but like,
Also, we have a comment. He's John Stamos said he's behind all this shady stuff.
mm.
I mean, I
Well, that's
guess
his friend. I mean,
uh,
Lori is, his friend. So, I mean, I would say that about my friend too. I blame the spouse. It's his fault.
a self-centered narcissist. I mean, I feel like she knew that when she married him. Like,
Right.
he only saying that because he wanted to fuck. He really wanted to make her. He wanted to make her his real life Aunt Becky, honey. Allegedly, allegedly. But this is sad, honey. I hate to hear it. I know she like, and especially if she was married to this scammer all these years, honey, to end up with nothing. Yeah, what, almost 29 years later? Oh, I know she is sick, honey.
Well, yeah, because that, but these prenups, and there's no
Hmm.
like whatever usually they have like contingencies or something. If that wasn't met, then it ain't like you can contest it really.
Yeah. Well, maybe she can call up Sukiyana, honey, and maybe learn how to sell some of that Aunt Becky, honey. Sell some of that Aunt Becky, girl. Do you know how much that'll cost? Girl, you could probably you could probably get twice of Massimo's net worth, honey, for that Aunt Becky.
Okay.
But
He probably wasn't putting it to use any damn way, so it's probably pristine.
oh, oh, we have a good question. Is Massimo still in Target? Wendy Williams was excited about it. I
I
actually
don't
don't
think so.
know. Well, because I'm boycotting, I actually haven't been in
Oh
Target in a
yeah.
minute.
Okay. I ain't been to Target. I can't even tell you the last time they are boycotted. Let me Google. Because I said that when the story broke. I said he used to be in Target and like heavy.
And I got him confused with Miss Rahi, and I don't know why I did,
Oh.
but because you remember Miss Rahi was in
Target too.
Target too briefly. We have a
Yeah,
comment.
those are some
Yes, I
good
haven't
ones.
shopped at Target all year. You better show solidarity, girl. I know that's right.
Nope. He's not in Target.
Oh,
It was phased out in store. Oh, since 2017. It's been a minute.
damn. Well, Aunt Becky, here's your chance, girl. Go get your online of clothes and call it Becky's bitch, and then put it in Target. I go buy me after the boycott, I'll go buy a Becky's bitch shirt or something. I don't know.
No, them motherfuckers is boycotted for life. I don't even think there's an after boy. No, you just can't
Yeah,
go back.
the way they played in black people faces, honey, and it's what y'all deserve.
I mean, played in our face. Cause you know who's the loyal fan base to Target? Black women. I know I have friends who just went to Target just to go to Target and roam and buy little things.
Yep.
That was like their little, stress reliever or whatever. Hmm. I used to be that girl too, because when I lived in Orlando, I had moved there and I lived right by a super Target and I had never seen one before. I stayed in that bad boy religiously, groceries, everything, just walking around. I ain't no shopping bitch. But let me tell you, I was up in there chilling. So to hell with their asses.
Look, when I tell you fun fact, honey, I actually worked at Target for 2 years out of my life when I was younger. That was probably, I would say, other than the job that I have now, that was probably one of the best jobs I have ever had. I used to have so much fun in that store. And it was actually a store, like if you know about South Point, Super Target in Durham, you know that there's like this unspoken thing that there's a lot of gays who worked at that store. And that was
Mm.
certainly true, especially when I was there, honey. We were all working up in that bitch, honey. We were all like sisters. Like it was
Okay.
amazing.
And I know that store had the best um what is it called? Where they organize, well, like how you see things. Why can't I think of what it's called?
Because I know what you're
Anyways.
talking about, but I can't think of what it's called either. Girl, both of
Ah,
us having brain farts.
okay. I'm like, what is that? What is it called? Where they display all the things and I used to say this all the time because they used to have the best.
I think you just said it. Display.
Yeah, it's another word. Oh Lord. Anyways, it's gonna bother me, but I'll figure it out later. Um, but yeah, they've gone downhill, in recent years, in my opinion.
Very much so, honey. And then I tell you, we got an employee discount, honey, but at the time, shit was only 10%. What the hell is 10% gonna do? Take off taxes, whatever. And then you
That's
couldn't even
it.
use the discount unless you were using cash or their Target card. So if you want to use like your debit card or get cash and then spend they made the shit so difficult.
Hmm. Fuck them. I'm mad. They ruined a good thing. They really did.
Yeah, I agree. And all y'all had to do was not play in black people's faces.
Oh. or any of the groups, any of them. Cause you were up here like back at LGBT, black women, all kind of things. And then you let Trump like punk y'all? Like, are you fucking for
And I'm sorry,
real?
y'all. Give me So the good thing about having your own show is that you can tell the audience. Give me like 2 minutes, y'all. I got to step away real quick, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll be back, y'all. Okay, listeners, I'm back. I truly apologize about that. Just had a quick family
Okay.
emergency I had to deal with.
Oh, okay. Everything
Oh,
okay?
oh, everything is swell.
Harlem
Okay.
Shakes, welcome back. Welcome
Uh,
back. Welcome
hey,
back.
hey.
You
Hey.
know what? That look, next time that'll be a commercial break. We gotta have a little commercial little break set up for that.
Right. I need to put like something to the side or something, honey. I got to
Yeah,
be
in case
careful
of
what I play though, because
emergencies.
I'm trying to get them to listen to my shit on YouTube, and YouTube is quick to block people's shit out, honey, because of the songs you play. So I got to make sure it's uh,
No song. No song, but we could have been I could have, did a little something something. Just even, kick out some information. That's note to
oh,
self for next time.
okay, a little something, something. Shout out to Maxwell.
With his fine ass.
Well, yes. And I got three stories left.
I don't like
So
the little last call. Don't do that. No, I'm just playing. Last call.
look, that's for the listeners, honey. If y'all listening, honey, then that means that you got to prepare to listen to something else, maybe another bitch, or come over to chat most and listen to some of the podcasts we have over here. We got plenty,
Okay.
honey.
Oh, there we go. That's our next commercial.
Ow. Well,
Dun, dun.
out of curiosity, do anybody in here are y'all familiar with, or do you watch the Shahs of Sunset that comes on Bravo or came on
Mm-mm.
Bravo?
I don't be watching none of that. But what had happened?
That I think Happy might have. Well, one of the main characters from the show, MJ. Oh, yep, I did. I figured that Happy would watch. So one of the main characters in the show, and let me get the link for after 7 years, honey.
What, you went out a little bit. They left? They got fired?
So
What
you
happened?
all should see where it says here by way of TMZ. Mercedes Javid, or we call her MJ, Shaw's a Sunset star, files to divorce husband Tommy Fight, or Tommy Fate. That's how you say his last name. I think it's Fate.
Mm.
Mm-mm. Well, Mercedes MJ Javid says the sun has gone down on her union to Tommy Fate because the Shahs of Sunset star has filed the documents in Los Angeles Friday night, and she lists the date of separation as last Friday, October 17th. So it seems she didn't wait long to head over to the courthouse after the split. She's citing the boilerplate irreconcilable differences as the reason for the split, and she's asking the board to block the court's ability to award spousal support to herself or her estranged husband. Mercedes and Tommy married on April 29th. Mercedes and Tommy married on April 29th and have been together for 2 years. And MJ is asking for sole physical and legal custody, but is open to a visitation schedule for Tommy. A hearing is being scheduled for December 18th. Mercedes starred in all 9 seasons of Shahs of Sunset, appearing on the show from 2012 until it ended in 2021. Tommy also appeared on the show from 2012 until it ended in 2021. Tommy also appeared on the show throughout the years, and the two have reached out to Tommy for comment. So far, no word back. Y'all know I just love when TMZ do that. We've reached out to so and so for comment. So far, no word back. I love it.
I am familiar with the show, but I never watched it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
MJ was a really big part of it. Big part. So if y'all look at the main characters from the show, to me were MJ and Reza.
Hmm.
Happy you watch? Am I wrong in saying that? Like when you think of that show, those that's immediately who you think of. Those two.
Makes sense.
Hmm. This next story, y'all. This is scary. This is scary as shit, and I really feel sorry for Cindy Crawford and her family. But honey, she just had to motherfucking get a restraining order against a whole stalker.
Ugh, boy, mental illness is real, y'all.
It
Mm-mm-mm.
really is. And you see where it says here Cindy Crawford files temporary restraining order against alleged stalker. And I don't know why they saying alleged because, baby, the shit he was doing. Oh, no.
Right.
Well, Cindy Crawford says she has a stalker who has been telling her and her famous family for months, repeatedly hanging outside her LA house and even once showing up at her daughter's theater performance in Massachusetts, asking her to take part in a seance.
Oh my God.
Hello? You see what? Like, bitch,
Oh
what?
no. See, people carry pistols. You better watch it out. Mm.
Hmm. Well, Cindy filed legal docs in LA obtained by TMZ, asking the court to issue a temporary restraining order prohibiting a 35-year-old man named Daniel Lee Schoonover for coming anywhere near Cindy or her family. In the docs, Cindy outlines a series of highly suspicious alleged activities by Schoonover, including showing up at Kaya Gerber's performance at Theater Festival in Williamstown, Massachusetts on July 29th, and months later, sleeping outside the pedestrian gate next to the driveway at her house. Cindy claims the alleged stalker was captured on security footage, dressed in all black with an open shirt and sunglasses. According to Cindy, he rang the doorbell and asked if Kaya lived there, and she told him no. When Kaya found out it was the same dude from Williamstown, she served him with an emergency protective order, but he continued to make comments on her Instagram that were threatening, sexually graphic, and extremely concerning. According to the docs, he threatened the lives of Cindy and her husband, Randy Gerber, prompting the temporary restraining order. Kaya has also filed a restraining order against him. This is not Cindy's first run-in with an allegedly overzealous fan. In 2022, Cindy had a stalker fly thousands of miles to see her about a phantom child he said they shared together. A completely bogus claim. The guy was met by cops when he showed up at their home and later booked and arrested. I I
Mm.
mean, oh, and then they have an update. It says Cindy Crawford and Kaya Gerber's request for a temporary restraining order are both granted. Thank God.
Good. Because, I remember, you know, when stalkers have killed celebrities and showing up to somebody's home, that is very dangerous, girl. Sandy, get you a piece, girl, because you might have to shoot him. Mm-mm,
For real.
mm-mm.
Like I'm not even I
I'm
agree.
I'm not playing.
This man
Yeah.
this, I agree she might have to like something needs to happen because this man has clear he has he has clearly showed that he does not care about that stuff. You don't. First of all, you don't follow them from Massachusetts all the way back to L.A. You know, talking about coming up to this girl talking about a fucking seance. First of all,
Mm.
you sleeping
That's a
outside
lot.
their house, you knocking on their doors. Like girl,
And you might just have to shoot them because police, they too slow for this. You know,
for
do what you need
real.
to do and ask for forgiveness later. Mm.
No shade. No shade. Chili, I'm so glad you're here. So before I go to my last story, I actually want you to take a look at, because I mentioned you earlier. I'm sure your ears are probably ringing, but that Tyrone, no, not Tyrone Blackburn, but yeah, Tyrone Blackburn, that attorney that ran over that service processor,
Uh-huh.
he was finally indicted. So that's on slide number 6 if you want to see the story. I said, Chill said that man was not gonna get away with that shit.
Good. I'm
No,
glad he
you can't.
didn't.
You can't do that.
Mm-mm.
Thank God the man didn't die.
Oof. Okay.
I met Sydney Crawford one time. This is so random.
Oh, and how does she look in person?
Oh, she's gorgeous. Her feet weren't done though.
Oh,
Not
Honey,
her
you caught her
feet.
slipping, but okay.
The
Listen,
God.
and this is how serious you know that this was because I was maybe in middle school, middle or high school. Like I may have been in 8th grade, maybe 9th grade. I can't remember exactly, but I was school age. We'll put it like that. And the fact that that's how long ago that was, and that's what I remember. Yeah, because she used to have a line with Rooms to Go. I don't know if she still does or not, but she when she first partnered with them to put out her line, um, she was I guess like doing a tour of like going to
Hmm.
different Rooms to Go's, and so she happened to be at the Rooms to Go in my city, in my hometown, and yeah, we got to meet her, and she was like there, and she was very tall, very very pretty, and all that
With
good jazz,
undone feet.
and I looked at her feet and I was like, and mind you, this is still like Tom girlish me, right? So the fact that Tom girlish me looked at her feet was like, oh wow. Speaks
Damn.
volumes, okay? It speaks volumes. But yeah.
But
Wow.
that is actually, I feel like on par for their community. They don't care. They don't be caring. And I don't know
Probably.
why. I don't know
Probably.
why. Because they be having chip. They'll put them sandals on, child, and go.
Why would you wear those if your feet ain't done though? That's wild to me.
I,
She was
I
in
think
she
it's
was
just a
in heels.
community thing. I
She was in
think.
heels. And like so also too, this is also where I gave her why I assumed it was because of being in heels for so long for being a supermodel because heels are not good for your feet, so
Right.
they be jacked up, so that also too was I saw a little I was like, oh wow, oh
Well, everybody can't have everything. She got the
correct,
beauty. She just couldn't have the toes. I'm sorry. She just couldn't.
She got the
yeah,
Okay.
booty.
because I already
And let me
don't like
tell you.
feet,
Had to
but
stop at
that
a
was just like,
pedicure.
wow. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they didn't look like they didn't have a pedicure. Like they weren't like raggedy or nothing like that, but they just went,
They weren't
they
done.
weren't
Grown
done.
out. It was
Yeah.
grown out.
They just look undone. Like I was like, oh wow, no polish, no nothing. We just out here just living our best life, hanging on.
Well, you know what? I ain't mad at it because we put so much on appearance of celebrities. They can't come out with no makeup or not dressed to the nines, and you know how articles will be written like
I
so and so
absolutely
Mm-mm.
came out looking real raggedy. I don't like.
listen. Chill. I absolutely agree with you. I when I say 110% agree with you, but for this occasion, when this is a public event that you're hosting, and this is years ago, this is not recently. This is quite a bit of time ago. And on
Yeah.
top of that, you were like, this is like her coming down off of being one of the top models in the world, right? So like she was pivoting to her I'm retired, I'm doing something different era, but still
Hmm.
known for being, a model.
Well, she was
that's just what
natural.
just blew my mind. I was just like, oh wow.
She was
Like
natural.
that's why I said that's the only it just shocked me as someone who was very much so a tom girl, a tomboy, out here rough and tough in it. That just I saw her, she was beautiful, and then I saw her feet and I was like, oh wow.
I ain't
And Kevin
girl.
Kevin
Oh, I
Got
wasn't
nasty
expecting
feet,
that. I
girl.
wasn't expecting that.
Look, show
was
them
not.
magic toes.
You know what this conversation reminded me of? Y'all remember that scene in Boomerang where Mark Lawrence was talking to his friends about that girl feet?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man, you ain't gonna fuck a feet. Like,
Right.
Well,
and
look,
look, and look, these niggas do be fucking feet these days, honey.
see,
They be paying
look,
top dollar to do so.
look. I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna say nothing. I wasn't gonna say it, but since you said it,
Hey, I
yeah.
don't care if
The
you got
fetishes that the
or
feet foot
not.
right, the foot fetish that men have, oh she's us.
I'm not mad at you, Cindy. You had your natural toes. Go on, girl.
But
Mm-hmm.
you know what? You know what? I give Cindy, I don't know how she is defying her whiteness, but she is not aging like spoiled milk. And I love that for her because she seems like a really nice lady.
She been also a part of that same time frame. She's a brand ambassador for some kind of French brand.
Yeah, her own makeup brand.
It's a
The
beauty.
long commercial.
Yeah, it's a skincare line. It's a French
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
skincare line that she's a brand
Oh.
ambassador partner with, and I
Mm-hmm.
believe that should work because it saves
Yeah,
her every
Look,
day.
she is holding up like
yeah,
no
she
other.
is.
They ain't known for that.
She really is not, bad for her age. I mean, she has some age in her face, but not nearly as bad as you would think. Some of them are.
Not like her the standard, for her
Right.
community. Oof.
But let's get back to this stalker bush. You know how many celebrities got stalkers out there that we don't hear about?
Oh
Mm-hmm.
man.
Hello, hello, and people be quick to want fame, baby. No, I
I wouldn't
don't.
want it. I wouldn't want to be famous. I just want to be
Mm-mm.
wealthy.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
want it,
it.
but I also know how to fight. So there's that. So
And you'll be carrying a pistol.
look, I'm from Durham, baby. Take that, take that with you will. In Durham, the people from North Carolina know not to fuck around with people from Durham. That's all I'm gonna say.
All I gotta say is, as you get more popularity, I mean, you're not excluded from having a stalker. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be a movie star. You just got to be known. I
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can be stalked. Any
That
normal
is very
person.
true.
So yeah, we
Yeah,
watch it on the Crime Channel, Moon. You know how that works.
listen,
Yeah.
my homegirl was being stalked on social media. Had to change her number, had to move, had to do all
Hmm.
these things. And
Yep.
what's so crazy about it is like, especially for on the case of women, because usually that's where it happens is women are you know, being
Right.
Stop.
victimized in this way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like
Hmm.
it takes so much to prove to get a restraining order or to get some kind of protection to get some kind of boundary put into place because they're gonna give the person who's doing the stalking, who's doing the fucking um victimizing all the benefit of the fucking doubt until something
Mm-hmm.
fucking happens and then all of a sudden as well,
Yeah.
oh sorry, like no, that's not how that works.
If they
Now if
haven't
I
touched
put
you or done anything physically to you, well, have they done something? Well, no. But what's to stop them from doing something? Like, why can't we start here instead of waiting until they try to kill me?
No, they
mm,
wait
Mm-hmm.
till you dead. They're like, well, when you die, then we'll go find them.
right, then we're gonna put them on trial for your murder. No, I'm gonna put these hollow points. Amen. Hallelujah.
I know that's right. Well,
I'm that kind of bitch. I'm gonna go to jail before I be stalked. Now, I'm not gonna go
Hello.
there. So
I'm not.
if
I'm not even going to jail. A 12. A jury gonna find me innocent because I'm gonna tell them, baby, what would you do?
right,
Okay.
I just have to
I
kill them.
did all the things. I did all the things, and no one protected me, so I had to protect myself.
Right, we pray about it later. But if you
Okay,
in,
that's what I said.
if
Ask for
you look in,
forgiveness later.
looking in my windows or outside my house, and you come up in my yard and all that kind of stuff. Oh no, you gotta die. And it's just so amazing that so many women don't like take that precaution. A few stories have happened that they do, but they wind up getting killed kind of anyway. But so many women just cower in fear. They don't get any kind of gun or like, girl, what are you waiting for? Your life, somebody's like threatening you in that way. Everybody doesn't like guns. I get it, but I would rather be caught with it than without it if I get give me
Let
a chance.
me tell you. Let me tell you, and I'm not a gun girly either. I don't like guns, but let me tell you, it's probably because I know I'm a little off. But 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 I would most definitely, if I felt like my life was in danger, like somebody was trying to, stalk me or whatever, yeah, I'm not, it's gonna be me or you. And it's gonna be you. Or at least that's how I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be you.
I'm gonna try to make it you for sure.
Right.
Child, if I wake it up how like a lot of religion teaches women to not think that way and to and that's why you see, and I hate to say this like out loud because it's gonna sound like I'm an atheist against the black church and stuff, but I'm really not because I was raised in that. But I can call a thing a thing. And the way they
Yeah,
teach young girls who grow into women to be passive about certain things, like and then they just teach them stuff like that from childhood, saying, oh, if a boy hits you or something, he likes you or something. You know what I'm saying? Just silly shit like that.
mm-mm,
So we
mm-mm.
we
And this
have to like really have
Oh
to
yeah, that
come to Jesus
that old
meeting.
school dumb stuff.
and this is why
Yeah.
I'm glad I've always been a tomboy and also a wild girl, because the
Hmm.
way that my first announcement to any man who call himself like me, I'd be like, all right, that's cute. You like me? You fine? Yeah, I'm fine. But let's let it be very clear. Hands are for hugging and loving and touching, and that's it. Because if you decide that you want to hit me, sir, that'll be the last thing you do. Because I
Okay.
tell you this for free, I don't play about me. My mama who birthed me also don't play about me. And you'll be 6 feet under, and somebody will be putting your picture on a t-shirt if you want to lay hands on me in a non-loving way. Amen. Ain't nobody
And
got
it ain't
time.
gonna be no warning shots. It ain't
Hello,
gonna be no warning shots. Cause if
hello.
I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail for a real reason.
For real. Yeah. Amen.
Ain't
But
finna
to
give
any
you a
law
chance to come.
enforcement who's listening, we are law-abiding citizens and we do not have any guns on our person.
No, but let me tell you, what I've been told, they say if you pull a gun, you better be prepared to use it. I
Hello.
ain't pulling. If I'm gonna pull it, it ain't gonna be for no shits and giggles.
Look, get away from me. Get away from me before I
Yeah,
shoot
no,
you.
no,
No, no, we ain't doing none of that.
nah, we not.
If I put
My,
it, you shot.
Basically, and that's it. My uncle, he been toting guns forever. He said, look, you pull a gun, you better be using it. Yes, sir. You right.
Yeah, you don't try to scare people with it. You using it.
Hmm.
Yeah. You allowed to carry guns in a lot of places. I mean, you ain't gotta say you ain't got no gun.
and
And they
so
didn't
do.
relax. And they didn't relax a lot of the the gun laws. You go to the Republican states, them fools that made it even easier.
They
But
relaxed those gun laws for white people, not black Americans.
No, and that's true. But still, and yet they relaxed them.
they got a Supreme Court case coming up where they're trying to decide if they're gonna ban marijuana users from carrying pistol or carrying guns. I'm like, what about people who drink? Like, what is going on here for real? You know why? Because it demonizes the people of color.
Hmm.
Of course, they gonna find every way to prevent us from doing anything, because but we ain't
Because
the top marijuana users though,
I was
because
gonna
we.
say, because quiet as it kept, if you really look at all the dispensaries and whatnot that's being out here, that's being serving people and also being owned by people, it's not people who look like us. Just saying,
Yeah,
just
but
saying,
they
just
see it
saying.
all depends on who they pick up. You see what I'm saying? They can use that. I'm not saying
Hmm.
we use it the
Yeah,
most. I'm
yeah,
saying they can use that against us.
exactly. I know what you mean. I do.
The
Hmm.
fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
It's deep. It's deep.
It really is. It really, it really is. In 2025, we still out here
Girl.
fighting to be humanized. That is shit is crazy.
It really is. Well, y'all know what else is deep?
What?
Kim Zolciak's coochie, because honey, that's the kind of deep coochie, honey, and she bags money. So y'all remember? So this is our last story. So remember when we talked about her being involved in a very expensive divorce a few days ago, and we kind of did a little quick Google search on Cal Moitz to see who he is. And we weren't able to find much information, but what we did find, it made it look like this man has like green money.
Hmm.
Well, he very much does, honey. And page six was actually nice enough to give us a Who is Cal Moitz article, which I have for y'all today. I just shared here. And well, first of all, Chill, you see that face, honey? You see that asymmetry? It's subtle, but it's there.
Oh yeah, I sees it.
Yep. Well,
That
Kim
redness in
Zolciak.
that face, he looked like a killer. Sorry.
Oh!
Well, they're not all
He
killers, but they tend to
he
be cheaters,
And
liars, con men.
tricksters. Hmm.
Yeah,
he looked
grifters.
like he looked like a Southern George man. I'm just saying.
Oh!
Mm.
Well, Kim Zolciak's new boyfriend, Cal Moitz, is an extremely successful entrepreneur who is currently embroiled in a contentious divorce. The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum was spotted early on October 18th with Moitz at his home in Georgia after an apparent sleepover in pictures obtained by Page Six. The two looked comfortable with one another, as the usually glam reality star looked casual in an all black crop top, sweatpants, and eyeglasses. Mowitz graduated from Florida State University's College of Business in 2003 with his bachelor's degree in real estate and finance, according to an FSU article about he and his brother Justin's $100,000 gift to the school to establish the Mowitz Family Endowment for Excellence in Real Estate. So you see, he got shit buildings and schools named after him, honey. That's the kind of money we fucking with. Anyway, it says, we are pleased to be in the position to make this gift, Moa said about the donation. My experience at FSU, from what I learned in the classroom and the contacts I made through Greek life and during my summer internships with alumni, were pivotal for me. They've had a lasting impact that adds up to the success I have today. So then they ask, like, how much is his net worth? So Mowitz is the co-founder and managing partner of Imperium Companies and Imperium Blue Management, based in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and Atlanta, with a combined $3 billion in total assets. The family owns and manages over 4.5 billion in assets through its portfolio companies and its wealth management platform, according to his company profile. Mowitz is responsible for Imperium Blue's overall structuring, acquisition, and financial activities, both domestically and abroad. He's also a board member of two medical companies, Pleo Pharma and Synops DX, according to his LinkedIn profile. Um, Pleo Pharma's mission is to develop treatments for unmet medical needs, focusing on the central nervous system and substance abuse. Meanwhile, Synops DX is a company that researches, develops, and commercializes diagnostic tests and neurodegenerative disorders, notably Alzheimer's disease. Moa's estranged wife, Jillian Green, claimed in court documents obtained by US Weekly that his income was, quote unquote, a mystery. Green referred to Mois's substantial wealth and claimed he created and controlled a family trust that had over $100 million invested in it. Then it says, where does he live? Zolciak was photographed outside Moat's home in Georgia on October 18th, and he also listed his location as Atlanta on his LinkedIn profile. Then it asks, who is his estranged wife, Jillian Green? So the 44-year-old entrepreneur is currently embroiled in a $100,000 divorce from Green, with whom he shares two minor children. Zolciak, who's 47, was dragged into the divorce battle when she was served a subpoena by Green in late September, and what we talked about here. After Moitz filed for divorce from Green in March, Zolciak asked to submit any and all documents regarding or pertaining to her financial relationship with Kyle Moitz, including but not limited to gifts given or received from Kyle, expenses paid on her behalf by Mr. Moitz or any business in which he is connected, monies loaned to her, and monies paid to her by Mr. Moitz or any business with which he is connected. The subpoena also demanded Zodiac turn over documents regarding travel with Mowatz, as well as all communications, including those that may involve the reality star's ex-husband, Croy Bierman. And remember, we talked about her having a secret meeting with Croy. And it says Zodiac opposed Green's request to appear for a deposition, calling it unreasonable, oppressive, and intended to annoy and embarrass her. According to TMZ, Green claimed in a previous deposition that Bierman warned her that Zodiac, whom he has accused of having a gambling addiction, would drain Mowatz financially. Zodiac and Moas have been dating since spring of 2025, and the relationship is quote unquote super serious, TMZ also reported. He reportedly already met several of her kids. The mother of six went through her own contentious divorce from Bierman, who's 40, who filed for divorce in 2023 after nearly 11 years of marriage. The two share four children together, and he also adopted her two eldest daughters. Okay, well, there's an unanswered question in here because y'all asked who was Jillian Green, and then y'all started talking about them. It doesn't say who Jillian Green is in this. I would like to know more about her, but no, they just talking about pretty much Kyle and Kim in this, honey. Child messy. Oh,
Well, the
so
white women, huh?
I was gonna say it looked like we had some people put in the chat they lost sound. Oh,
Oh, I heard it. I heard that. For me, we didn't lose sound this go around.
oh,
That might have
good
been
to hear.
earlier. That probably was earlier because you were a little choppy earlier.
Oh, okay. Uh, yeah, like I said, honey, that deep coochie, honey, she got a man who controls billions of dollars in assets, honey. You know what? She may not have been my favorite on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, honey, but I could learn a thing or two from that, honey. Girl, how
Okay.
can this pussy acquire billions of dollars?
Look, what a white woman gonna do is get another man. They don't play that.
A rich man at that.
Look, and she known for chunking soul. She leveled up. That little husband wasn't doing nothing with what this one doing.
Look, we have a comment in the chat. Who is this forgettable face, honey? It ain't his face you need to worry about, girl.
It's the bank account. He's a
Sure,
billionaire.
honey. Billions, honey. Got
Look,
buildings and schools named after him and his
look,
family.
I will give it to Kiss. What a bitch gonna do is level up now.
Hmm.
I ain't gonna stay broke. I will
That
give
part.
Kim that.
Well, y'all, that was all the tea that I have for us today. So before we head out, did any of you have any tea that you want to share? Any tea that I might have missed?
Actually, yes.
Yay!
Actually, did you see? Okay, Nikki needs some help. Did you see that Keisha Noir and um Gucci went on the Breakfast Club and they were talking about the book that was coming out about his schizophrenia and his bipolar and
Hmm.
it's called Episodes and she talked about what they had to do, and with all these things and how she keeps him protected. Honey, they did mention Nikki prior, but also they talked about several artists like who came out of Gucci's camp and just kind of like how they're like, they don't get in their just due
Right.
and stuff like that. But then Nikki goes on Twitter and does a Nikki thing. And I'm just like, when are we gonna start calling a thing a thing? I think some of the people kind of was like, this is what your husband needs to do for you. And I guess she got offended, but attacked Gucci and Keisha Noir, who never said anything bad about Nikki at all. And I'm like, you keep proving to the people that you need help, girl. You need help. A lot of it.
And I don't know if she's watched that interview, but she might want to tread lightly because you heard how Keisha Kior pretty much said that she had to orchestrate getting bodyguards together to pretty much kidnap her husband so he can get mental help. Um, Nikki, I don't think that's what you want.
You don't want that Jamaican queen on your back. You really don't. I know you say you Trini girl, but no, you ain't even got the accent. Don't let the do not. Yeah, like Auntie said, tread lightly. Get you some help, girl, because this is starting to be a little bit extra.
Yeah, she's really spiraling, poor thing.
Hmm.
It's only getting worse.
Really, it is.
And you saw where her Instagram was allegedly, was it Instagram that was canceled?
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not to be found, and she claimed Rock Nation was responsible. I don't know.
And they might be quiet as it's kept, but the girl's still
Look, you know
crazy.
what? Spill your beat. It was not. It was not. You know,
And
you
it
just
might be.
well then. If Desiree did get it canceled, well, that's what she get then. Keep Desiree's name out your mouth.
Yeah. That's true because I certainly believe that I've said this on the show before. Like Nikki is like that person that's outside of the corner store that people think is rambling, but sometimes there is some truth in the rambles. So
Yeah,
yeah.
there's some truth, but now you're just out here embarrassing yourself. To be
Hmm.
honest,
So
Yeah.
because what other she's actually way more on Twitter than she is on Instagram. So if they're gonna cancel anything, it would have been the Twitter first, right? Like, but I don't know. I wouldn't
well,
doubt it.
right.
Let's.
I
Yeah.
mean, she just need to take responsibility for her foolery.
Because Desiree came at me on behalf of Gaddy, so I certainly believe that she uses her connections to get what she wants.
Well, and I think we all would if we had that type of power. So it ain't nothing I can really be like, well, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't do that only because, and I know I wouldn't, simply because as an Aries, and not to toot my own horn, but a lot of times we're like natural born leaders. We know how to lead people, and that's not correct leadership.
No, it's
That's sh-
not. But if I want to be petty that day, that might be what you get. I don't know. But you're right. Yes, I should. But sometimes a bitch is petty, and
and no, and I disagree because if you wanted to be petty moon, you wouldn't like use your connections to do. You would do the shit yourself because you a real
well,
bitch. You know what I'm saying?
well, that
Like
is kind of true. I really, I probably would tell her, bitch, I'm getting your shit cut off. Fuck you.
exactly. She does shit. And Desiree is not that. She does shit behind the scenes. So
Yeah, that's all right, bitch. Your
I
shit
guess I
finna
should
be
say
cut.
allegedly.
Yeah, you
Allegedly.
probably should.
Allegedly, allegedly.
Allegedly. It ain't alleged what I would do. I'm telling y'all now.
Well, she blames Rock Nation for everything. Like,
Girl,
you
the
know, my
sky is purple. Rock Nation did it.
yeah, my toilet's not working. I know Rock Nation is responsible. Like, come on, girl.
Where did y'all look outside and see the skies purple? I'm just saying, Rock Nation might let me stop. I'm just playing.
Oh, she got a hard on for them bad. Anything happened to her,
Mhm.
they did it.
Bad.
Yep.
You ain't lying, Chill. She got it bad for the asses.
Hmm. And all it's
But
doing is running her own career, really.
yeah.
Because who wants to deal with her if she's on that level, you know? The way she came at Cardi, and Cardi's getting all the brand deals and the presents and all of this, and all she did was amplify Cardi and make herself, go down. So, I mean, when are you gonna read the writing on the wall, girl? Worry about you. Worry about what's going on in your life, and stop coming at people just out of the blue. Like, it makes you seem a little, um,
Like a
like you,
bully.
well, like you got something going on in your brain. Like, what's going on?
Mm-mm.
Do you need medication? It's like it's not looking good. Like, what's going on there?
Man, I have nothing. I just this all, and that's why I ain't see it, honey. Because when I tell you, I'm just so over her shenanigans, honey. That anytime I'm definitely not seeing it live like I used to watch it. I would just wait till like because I follow a lot of barbs on my timeline, so I just wait till they start talking about it and then see what's going on. But it's just too much fuckery that I don't. I feel like I'm too old for that shit, and she is too. Like,
Right,
Well, yeah,
right.
yeah. Maybe they
And
could talk some
oh,
sense
sorry.
into her. I don't know, but it's not doing her any good. So
Mm-mm.
somebody needs to talk to her.
And honestly, it really it is giving like a bipolar manic episode. It really is giving that.
Mm,
Um, and when they're in those episodes, just like Kanye, they usually end up destroying their lives, and they try and destroy other people, but it usually just ends up looking bad for them. And I
It's
have
everywhere.
direct experience with that, and it's not a good look. And you
No.
should really be on your medication because you're just detrimental to yourself. And that's why Keisha was doing what she was doing. She was protecting her man and her household, as she should. Hmm.
hmm. But thank you, gorgeous, for that story, honey. And does anybody have any more tea that they want to share? Anything I might have missed?
Say no to Dusty. Say no to Ugly.
Oh,
Unless
one
you're Auntie
last.
Derek.
Oh God, yeah. And one last thing. You know how we was talking about Tammy the other day?
Roman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay. Why I saw that clip where she was talking about her daughter being in a relationship, and I realized I saw who she was talking with. You know who gonna keep it 1,000? Candy motherfucking Burris.
hmm
When I tell you she was on there, and you know she can't hide her face. She was
hmm
like, "Girl, you talking like this about you. It ain't even about you. It's about your daughter." I said, "Look at Candy. Look at Candy. That girl. She don't play."
Well,
She's a real. Candace's a real one, and we need more like her for real. For real.
no
Hmm.
lies told.
No lies told. She keeps it a buck, and don't have no problem calling your asses out on it either.
hmm
She said, "This sounds like it's more about you than it is your daughter for your comfort level." I said, "Call a thing, girl.
Yep.
I do like me some candy."
And it's
You
not
and me
like it's
Child.
both.
even her house we're talking about, like a public event. Like, how you gonna stop somebody from coming to a public event? She's not coming to your home. Like, what's going? You. It was silly to me, in my
It was
opinion.
silly
Very,
as hell.
very.
Go ahead, Quinn.
Also, speaking of Candy, did we discuss the whole Soldier Boy was cussing her out?
We did not. I was actually going to wait to see if if he actually went up, they pulled up like he said he was going to do.
He ain't stupid. He
Yeah,
might.
Yeah, she told him
Well,
to
and
come
I
pull
think what
up.
he meant by pull up, like he wasn't talking about violent. I think he said I want to pull up and tell my story.
Yeah, she
Oh.
told him to come on. Come on
Mm.
the show. You can pull up.
Okay, I don't know what that was about. But you know, when somebody say pull up, well,
Well, who
What?
was she talking to that pissed him off? It was somebody she had on her show.
I
It
totally
wasn't.
forgot.
It wasn't about Candy. It was a guest that I guess said something about him, and he was angry about it.
I
oh
can't
really?
remember who it was.
Well,
Mm,
you know, he
me
be
neither.
mad about all kind of shit.
That's just how important it was. We can't even think of who it was.
Exactly.
Well, when you
That's
say
just how
Soldier Boy,
good.
I'm like, child.
Yeah.
Who he not mad about? Because let him tell it. He invented everything.
Mm. But
But shout
Candy,
out to season 3 of the Mad Singer winner. Can y'all can talk when I tell you they can never make me hate Candy Burris, honey, and even down to her singing. But it I remember when that season was on. I was in a play at the time, and the people who was in the some of my castmates, we were all just kind of talking about the Mad Singer or whatever, trying to guess who was who. I immediately knew who the hell Candy was up behind that
Oh yeah.
mask because I feel she has a very distinctive voice, especially when it comes to like, what black people we know
Yes, Auntie.
Candy. She was we were on a Zoom call And she was like, I wonder who the night angel is. I said, you wonder who the night angel is? Because I'm surprised. I'm like, how did she not know? But then I had to think, oh, she's white. She probably doesn't listen to Escape or didn't listen to Escape like I did. Or when
Mm.
Candy went solo, she probably wasn't listening to that either. I said, she said, I wonder who that is. I said, you wonder? I said, girl, that is Candy Burris. So she was telling her boyfriend, now husband, she was like, babe, Derek thinks that it's Candy Burris. I said, oh girl, I don't think. I know that is Candy Burris.
I think everybody knew that knows her voice.
Exactly. But yeah, but it was a group of white people, my friend, and she proved it to me that she did not recognize that. And I'm just like,
Well,
how?
because uh, Escape was an R&B
Yeah.
group, and they did not have much white fan crossover. And honey, I wasn't listening to her solo debut album either.
How
God bless
dare
her soul.
you? How
No, she
dare
can't.
you?
Look, every lane ain't for everybody.
I
Well,
think
she
But
was in the right lane, not too much of my pop star, honey.
now she could write her ass off. She can be some background vocals. She can do a plays, because now she got a whole new lane. She's doing plays now, baby. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
she can be on TV. There's a lot of things that Candy Burris can do. Sell some lingerie, some toys, all that shit. But she can lead a singing to the rest of the state.
Okay, not
Even
too much.
even Tiny little pig ass. You'll see.
Oh no, Tiny sings down.
No,
But no, but
I said leave it up to Tiny and Tamika and the
them
other
girls
sister.
sing dawn, honey. But when it comes to,
Yeah,
I appreciate Kim because y'all know how I feel about altos anyway. But I love an alto, and I think they're like the meat of a sandwich, honey. They're very important. They give it that
yeah,
rich flavor, and I just
Thank
think
yes.
Kim,
you. Thank
In
you.
the
yeah,
middle, in the middle, not lead all the
And I think
time.
she could lead though, because remember, even when they was with Escape, her part when she did like the her singing part, it always sounded good. Like I think people be giving Candy too much.
Well, I no, I mean her part worked in that because the rest of the group could hold it down, and it worked in the middle. But like some things, people just need they other people. Just like my girls with what's their name? Floetry. They need each other.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different conversation right there, huh? But
See, some voices just need that extra, that person to ground
well,
them.
I just have one thing left to say. When you're out in the club, don't think I'm not. Even when you're out making love, don't think I'm not.
Hello.
When you feeling good in somebody's spot, getting hot,
Get it
don't
hot. Don't
stop.
stop. Hey.
Just don't think I'm not, cause I'm out getting mine.
Okay? Go
Hello.
ahead,
It
Candy
is
Burris. Candy
correct.
motherfucking Burris. Go ahead, girl. Because
I
she can
think
write
the
a damn song.
crossover is more prominent now than maybe when they were hot. As far as other people outside of the black community listening to R&B music, I
Hmm.
think it's more prominent now than it
Oh,
used to.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's why they didn't recognize her voice because you know it wasn't that big.
Yeah. There's just some people that was just for us.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now people done let open the gate. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Not the
they've been
gate.
stealing for years. They've
Yeah,
been
but
stealing this stuff.
they be waking stuff up. There's certain things they just be waking up, and I don't like it. I'd be like, damn, we can't have not a thing, nothing,
Not
Nathaniel.
nothing.
And
Nothing.
who in the hell left the gate open?
Hello, close it quickly.
They picked it open. That's what it was. They picked it open.
No, because
Cause
there's some on our side who be like, no,
opening the
you can
gate.
come,
I
you can
know.
come,
I know. I didn't
Invite you
want to
to the
talk about them.
cookout.
I know. I didn't
baby.
want to talk about them. I didn't. I didn't want to talk about them.
Cause no, we gonna call a thing. You can't come over here. No, you and
We
your little
seized our food at
friend
this
get out of
cookout.
here. Mm.
Now they all in Africa and Jamaica, dancing to the drums and everything. I'm
Dude,
like,
And
child.
they listen, the Africans eat that shit up, and I just be like, bruh, y'all look so. Fugazi to me. Like, I'd be trying to mum the word because I'd be like, you know what? The way that my experiences flying into certain countries in West Africa and the way that I was treated versus the way they be treating, non-melanated people, I was like, wow, that's crazy. But you over here talking about my sister, baby bitch? No. This welcome me home where this ain't my home, baby. America's my home, thanks.
Hmm.
But if they like it, I love it for them.
They got that.
I want them to get, if they like it, I want them to have the best in all of those experiences because whoo, I don't want it for myself. Amen.
Man,
That tourism going on where they, go seeking Dexter.
Oh Lord.
see.
Oh Lordy. Oh. Anywho.
Well, anywho, y'all, and it is always a pleasure. Shout out to my YouTube listeners. I was reading some, well, except for them other ones trying to defend French Montana, y'all can go to hell. But the one, the ones where people, Smoothie B said that she listens every day, and I got, baby, I appreciate that more than you know. See, because I even said if this show touches one person, then I've done my job, and
What's
it
up,
looks like
Mhm.
it
Smoothie?
did.
Hey,
Hey,
Smoothie.
Smoothie.
Shout out,
Come on.
girl.
Come show up one day with us. Come on.
She actually commented and said that she's at work during the live shows, so
Yeah,
she has to listen
yeah.
while at work.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
girl, we'll keep you entertained. Don't worry.
Yeah, we got you, boo. And thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me or come and sip tea with us. We will be back tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time if you can make the live show. Please send me your breast cancer awareness organization links so that way we can share them here during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. If you would like to be a featured speaker, reach out to me on social media or at auntie@auntiederek.com. And in the meantime, you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye,
bye.
everybody.
Bye.